ridiculous.
Golden Guardians find CLG and they decimate them in the team fight. Someone say, I thought you were friends.
Hello and welcome to Academy Rush, presented by Verizon. I'm James Patterson, excited to get you into the action with another iteration of Academy Rush. Now, for those of you new to the program, it's pretty simple. You and I jump through 5 games throughout the day as we check in on all the action, guided by one of our mini casters. Now, let's dive straight into the matchups to see what we've got ahead of us in store today. First up, we've got Riv bringing us Golden Guardians versus Cloud9 Academy, where Zion Spartan aims to maintain a top lane kingdom as he faces off against Fudge. Then Sam Cage and the Rage Ragey has Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid Academy, where we've got 2 Academy bot laners, Deftly and Rakara, looking to shake off a rough start to the split and build some momentum. Over on TSM Academy versus FlyQuest Academy, Pastry Time will measure FlyQuest's aggressive early game opposite TSM to see who comes out on top. 100 Thieves Academy versus Immortals Academy has Elton XT Mock focusing on a jungle matchup that pits veteran Xmithy opposite Contracts for control of the early game. And finally, Dig Academy and CLG Academy will be brought to you by Stephen Kangas. Dignitas had a rough week 1, plagued by tight losses. We'll see if Dardoch and Lorlo can close things out versus Deus and Fragus to round out week 2. I neglected to mention at the top of the show here, if you're interested in each of the games specifically in their entirety, you can check them all out on each of the team's individual channels. But those are the games that we've got cooking up in Academy Rush. Don't go anywhere because the action is going to be non-stop. All 5 games have gotten started, so let's dive right in with Evil Geniuses Academy taking on Team Liquid Academy, where we have a little professional play emote action happening.
In the ban phase, trying to decide how to deal with the AP damage that you need on this Team Liquid Academy side. Rumble was taken away by Huni, as you can see on your screen, but also some very crucial bans coming in from the side of Evil Geniuses Academy, trying to aim down the APs in LeBlanc, Syndra, and Karma away from Yusui, and taking away a lot of that flexibility that they were talking about. Love the emote spam. Definitely a great part of this game. Ooh, the Angry Cat. You definitely having the top tier of emotes in this game. The Sad Bee, of course, is just kind of a general universal one that I feel like all pro players have been using the entirety of the emote system, and I feel like it's going to continue to be used for years on end. As we do see Team Liquid Academy roaming around trying to get that early ward onto the blue buff. Might even go for the invade here, but Huni is here and might be able to spot this out. Actually leaves at just the wrong time. So that's going to be Team Liquid Academy getting a pretty early start onto this blue buff, and it is not known to Evil Geniuses Academy. This is going to be a blue start for the side of Grig, and for Anda, it's going to be the red start, getting a leash from his bot side.
To call a winner in the
More than
emote
likely,
game. I'm glad to see both teams taking that emote meta seriously as we hop on over to Dignitas versus CLG Academy for our first looks.
Last split, you love to see it for this team, for this young squad, and they have no more excuses. Last time around in the spring, we saw them having visa issues with Wind. They had to start stick save for the first few weeks, but they don't have that excuse anymore. This is the same 5 players that should be on the roster throughout the whole split, starting off together. It's been a slightly rocky start though. While they are 2-1, none of their wins have looked particularly clean when it comes to things like objective control, things like early game shot calling. And here already on the bot side, things not going too well. The death sentence on the Wind and a first blood picked up early for Dignitas Academy. I don't know what that was from Wind. You had the flash available. You just walk up in front of your wave and allow JJ to hit you with that hook, but Dignitas Academy will...
Early 2v2 kill for the bot lane of Dignitas Academy. A great way to start the day as we head on over to 100 Thieves versus Immortals for our first look at this one up in the top lane.
Even quicker, as Xmithy does take a little bit to kind of, build up on this Graves while he's working on that Death Stance and a Black Fury. He's currently just clearing towards the top side right now, playing a little bit defensive while we see Whom actually going for a roll, maybe looking for a play here. There's a wave being built up. It's a 3v1. Sanity gets stunned. That's the spear gonna be landing it. Great job by 100 Thieves. Contracts immediately starting things off and boom, with this phase rush, although we didn't really see it there, it immediately tells us that he's looking to leave Prismo by himself. He wants to get away from this extremely tough lane from Apollo and Hakuho, and he wants to help support his team across the map. But look at this, now Contracts has to flash away. That's going to be the teleport coming in for Insanity, and he's trying to make things happen to punish Contracts. But Contracts without his flash shouldn't be the end of the world here, but another play coming down. Fake Scott's coming in. Spiffy now has to get away. 100 Thieves playing so aggressively here. Sligo has to stun. Spear's gonna land, but will it matter? That's gonna be flash for Fake God, and immediately 2 quick kills from 100 Thieves, but here comes Insanity. Flashes in, tries to get a retribution kill, but a 2 for 1 and a double kill, plus a red buff for Fake God. That's gonna be great for this Renekton. Once again, you know, Aatrox is just looking to neutralize the lane. He doesn't want this top lane to pop off, but Fake God able to run down, being able to shove Alorm under the tower, isn't able to, you know, assist his team there. And we get to see immediately Fake God get a huge advantage of some. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, action's not stopping. 100 Thieves does not want Immortals to scale up. They do have a pretty passive composition that's just waiting to react to the composition for 100 Thieves, but so far in this early game, 100 Thieves has done a really good job setting up the temple and making, you know, Immortals really work for it. And Contract just comes back to the mid lane. Insanity gonna be caked one more time. That's gonna be the Nidalee. 4 kills on the Contracts, just making plays all over the map. And this Nidalee, once again, we're seeing wides being picked. Wants to constantly bam, 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 make plays happen all over the map, especially when he has such strong topside support with this Twisted Fate and Renekton being able to set so much. We talked about it earlier, you know, the strongest point.
Let's get some claps in the chat there for that one. Beautiful start from 100 Thieves. The team play across the map puts them ahead in the kill score early. Golden Guardians versus C9. Let's check in on this one.
We saw a bit of their play go awry when they were going up against FlyQuest in this area quite early because of how far they chased over into the brush, trying to take down Solo and trying to get a few other kills. It was tough. Where are they going? It wasn't Solo. I'm sorry. I get my name. Golden Guardians. Ooh, he'll see that ward's denied right away, but he will not want to clear it. It's scary how much your adrenaline gets going when you're thinking somebody could be in a brush and it takes 4 autos to clear that pink ward. It seems like a lifetime. Nice shot here from Palafox. Does not have the serrated dark yet for lethality, but he does have 2 long swords, so he'll be swinging away with that. Tomo with the cleanse and flash, Conqueror, Cassio. You expect Conqueror. Phase rush for Palafox. Predator here for Nori is at a pretty nice chain, so he'll be zooming out around the map a little bit more. And they ping mid. Are they going to want something here? Blaze out. He just teleports back. Are they going to give him the long walk? He heads towards his jungler, so they should be safe there, both with the phase rush on. So if they do need to get themselves in or out, they can facilitate that a little bit better. This is hard. He says, all right, you're going to harass me? I'm going to take all these chicken tenders. Oh! Thank you very much, too. Wait, they're calling Fudge out. His lane's pushed a bit. And then, yeah, he says, give me help on red. So Cloud9, I feel like they're getting slightly bullied in the way that they're kind of handling the lanes. Great job by Hard to really be in their face here. It doesn't really sway the game that much. 58 to 54 on top. Fudge had time to leave his lane. C9 actually playing relatively safe here, but instead of controlling here, they're kind of going to the pace of what Golden Guardian is doing. Bot side is 63 to 54. You may expect Keith and Shime to have a bit of an advantage there, as the Felios can easily spit out the damage. Cassio will later, pretty early in the game. Ward cleaning, good ball check there. And money. Could come up with 60 if he goes for the pixel. It's walked around so much. Boom! Look at the return on investment. Just walks around and he gets a bunch of money. That's all you got to do, folks. That's all you got to do.
Cloud9, the only team in the Academy League still winless. We'll be happy with a slow early game and that early dragon pickup. From here, we're going to jump to Dignitas versus CLG. Academy looking for some more action in the top river.
In the neighborhood, so they get Flash out of the Trundle. Frogus has to disengage and run away from that one. But Dardoch, he has a pushed mid lane as well. He knows that there's no flash on Froggus. I don't know if this is safe to go for this red buff right now. Smite's available. He's going to have to smite steal this away. Oh, he actually doesn't even use a smite. Now he's got Deus roaming down. This could just be a flashback from Dardoch, but he doesn't have an opportunity with the Wukong coming from the top lane. Now Deus finds himself in a rough situation, but Tuesday joined in as well. Dignitas Academy don't want any of this gas, and CLG will win the fight with the collapse of top and mid. Beautiful play from CLG Academy. I was concerned thinking, Froggus, I don't know if you can go for this, but the team was there. That was the important factor. They were ready and willing to leave their lanes, leave their CS to come back up Froggus. Dardoch was there alone. Phoenix walked up at first. I was like, okay,
in the
this makes
jungle,
sense.
picking up the 3 for 0 in the trade means a 2K gold lead for them early on. Over to 100 Thieves Immortals. 100 Thieves have continued to extend their kill lead, but Immortals look to put pressure on those turret plates.
Ezreal so far, and you know that's gonna be okay here. You know, let's get 100 Thieves. They're okay with giving up a little bit of top side, bottom side to get the top side ahead. And we also see right now on the mini map, you know, a little complication.
Well, in the macro game, the Rift Herald will win out, so 100 continue to extend their advantage as we head on over to FlyQuest versus TSM. Early on, only 1 kill in favor of Fly.
Definitely pushed for plays that they didn't necessarily need to, although I appreciate the confidence and the aggression. This is certainly more of a more scaling here. You know, Cassio, Kindred, Tahm Kench especially, much more defensive in the bottom lane, which has been pretty aggressive for Lost in Treats ever since their playoff run ended in spring. And looks like FlyQuest also just settling in for the Trundle, settling in for a longer game here with the Azir, with the Aphelios. Although a dive is brewing, 3v2 right now, good bind there from Big. The pillar is down. Evolve is cheating towards this side of the lane. He's going to get spotted though. Triple ready with the Emperor's Divide. Evolve's going to have to flash out of there. Does get it late, but he gets the stun down first. Big is going to miss the Tempered Fate, and Treats is here to make sure everyone's okay. He's ulted straight into the front lines. So some damage done, some cooldowns exchanged. No flash on Evolved. But no harm done as Winston still with his ulti ready. He's going to roam down. Lost looks for Turtle, but a good flash from Turtle gets him out. I like the look there with the Chains of Corruption. Winston was there for the counter gank. But again, teams kind of reading movements well. Playing very respectfully, very intelligently in a lot of these situations. See if Evolve having no flash comes back to haunt him though. Fnatic still here with Big and Turtle, though. Turtle is just letting it rip with the Beyblades. Ooh, double TP in here though. Doku's down with a big flank. The Rift Herald's been dropped as well, but I don't think that's going to save Turtle. See you later. Aphelios, no flash for Turtle, spells absolute death as Doku still chasing. Evolve also on the side, but he's going to be late to any sort of pincer, so it's just the 1 kill. A great flank there from TSM Academy. Another good use of TP by Doku in back-to-back games, affecting the bottom lane. That is going to give Revenge room in the top lane. You can see he's already up 15 CS, but a second Drake for TSM. The Rift will now transform. It's going to be the Ocean Soul available today. And the gold is equal.
In a battle of 2-1 teams, TSM takes the lead after a sweet double TP play and a dragon to boot. Over to Golden Guardian C9 for our beginnings of action.
These fights do come up, as we said. It's going to be Cloud9 trying to retaliate, trying to do everything they can. As that fight got away from being a 5v5, C9 found their in. They retaliated onto Chime, take him down, and that's first blood here. Rift Herald's now going to go towards mid. Hard sets that out because they just need to reset. They said, whoa, cannot let too much happen bottom. They're going to be getting Drake as well. Let's get some plays here mid, and we just need to exit stage right, as it were. So they get out. Unfortunate that the Herald had to be used that way, but it still happens. We'll be able to push this wave on, smoke him out. Fudge is going to get knocked up into the air now. Does he still have his orange? He waits for it just for a moment. Stays against the wall, though. Kind of tough because he doesn't want to get next to Hard, but he's really giving a lot of plays to his Zion Spartan there. Another fight coming in from Palafox as well as a Nori. Oh my god, the damage coming through was disgusting there from Hard. And coming in from Zion Spartan as they clear up 2 more on the team. 3 down for Cloud9 here, as they were the ones to try and get out of that play, but set it up to go in again. It seems like they wanted the fight, and GG was ready for more. What a play, what a setup. I think Fudge going down so quick without being able to retaliate set Cloud9 up in a bad spot to really be able to get anything else out of that fight. Golden Guardians got out clean. They were ready, and I think just about refreshed on the cooldowns they used to take down Fudge to again resort to fighting against Minori and the rest of the team. 3-1 here after a quick first blood in the bot side. Top gets some action right away, and we're going to be getting Rift Herald here.
It looked good for Cloud9 until it didn't. The Golden Guardians just blew that one wide open with the play in the top side over to Evil Geniuses TL. Only 1-0 stands the kill score, but the Rift Herald going down for Evil Geniuses. Let's see what they can get.
Does go down, locking up, and getting the hook onto deftly, and that's going to be a lot of damage, not quite enough. Teleport comes in, grabs him, or no, that was Inferno ult coming in from Ricard. Stun goes down onto Greg, he can't get into the fight. Deftly, very low, does back away and manages to get out for the moment. Corrupting Chains comes down, lands onto Yusui, but he does get out with the Lantern. Yama keeping good positioning, managing to get the whole team back. Both cooldowns are blown, summoner spells were used, but ultimately no deaths thus far. Jenkins is in the top side now, trying to push against Huni, but both of which have teleport. So if this goes to a 5v5, I have to imagine that this is in Team Liquid Academy's favor. They still have very high health bars. They still have ultimate cooldowns to use. The big engage cooldowns coming in from Evil Geniuses Academy are gone, specifically in the Corrupting Chains. They still have the Glacial Fissure, but I don't know if they want to use it quite yet. Lantern goes down, and the Dragon has been started by Greg. Teleport coming in from Huni. Will this be the fight? Vanguard's Edge coming in. There's the Equalizer. Yusui going very low. He's going to go down. That was Yama that actually went down, and at the same time, Yu goes down for a sacrifice. Greg in the middle of the action will be forced to back away, use the Ragnarok, and back out with his life. But Evil Geniuses Academy walk away with the Dragon. They walk away with a 1-for-1. And that's going to mean Evil Geniuses Academy. They're able to pick up the Dragon. They're able to get
Everyone
a
comes
little
to the
bit of
Dragon
action.
in that one, but both teams will trade fairly evenly, 1-for-1 on either side before they disengage and look for the next opportunity to fight. From here, we're going to head to TSM versus FlyQuest Academy. FlyQuest has the kill lead. TSM's got the Dragons. Still plenty of room to run.
No ball of that objective. They're just clearing out vision on the Baron side of the map. There's another Rift Herald actually up and available. Not sure if FlyQuest want to try and trade objectives here. They do have time to start this Herald though. 50 seconds till their Dragon is up. They are going to indeed get the objective. There is a possibility to just try and trade for some turrets here, although it looks like TSM do want to contest for this objective as well. Berkler no TP though. And Revenge is already at mid lane basically. So Evolve's going to go over, going to lock up Triple, going to try and chase him down with a phase rush. In the pit they go. Revenge is here, though they have to be careful with this Wukong flank. Backline is looking a little interesting. Eye goes over. Lost is going to get devoured. Good move there from Treats, but oh, what an ult from Evolve. Going to try and turn it back around. They get the decoy, but that's not what they want. They want real Revenge, and Doppler with the flank all the way from the bottom side of the map is going to force splashes and already gets that first kill onto Revenge. Big also going to flash out of there as FlyQuest have almost no cooldowns left to speak of. And yes, the Eye of the Herald does go over to FlyQuest, but they're going to lose this Dragon as well. They may lose more as TSM look to push here in mid. Looks like Lost is just going to clear out those waves. The rest of TSM is going to make sure this Ocean Dragon goes their way.
The fight goes to TSM, the Rift goes to FlyQuest. This one's still far from over as we head on over to Golden Guardians versus Cloud9 to check back in on our only winless team. How can Cloud9 navigate to victory?
In having that turret prepped. The second Rift Herald is, as we said, hoped to be used to an advantage. Golden Guardians got themselves into position very quickly and just said, hey, they can't have time to set up for this. Let's just use it right now. It was the right thing to do. 3-1 as there are not much bloodshed in this game. Mountain Drake's going to be our next. This is what has changed our Rift. Horn comes in. Do they know where Inori is, though, as they pop up Tomo? He's in the brush alone, or he's in the pit alone. Wait, but he's healing. He's healing it up. Good takedown hard, and he does. That's going to be a shutdown, actually, onto Tomo coming in from Aphelios. Keith picks up a little money for himself. I get a little crazy there. And Diamond is going to make it out. You just sometimes have to watch that one person duke it out until Tomo got turned into a pair of shoes by Keith. And now Palafox tries to get out of this one. Chime, Keith, and a Blaze Olive all on chase. Mid-turret's almost going to go down, so the focus may be for that. If Chime, no, he is going. They keep putting dissonance on him. I was going to say, they want Palafox really bad when it actually could have been Diamond easily taken down, seeing him come up. Minions are going to be able to get that mid turret. And what a fight. Tomo
They give up
getting a
two
little
to secure
aggressive.
the drag. Cloud9 indexing into that Dragon Soul as their soul win condition. Heading to EG versus Team Liquid. Action around the Dragon right off the bat.
Showing their fangs and really coming into this game the way they wanted to. This is the first Dragon picked up for them, so now 2-1. And now Team Liquid Academy have a foothold in this game. The momentum finally shifting to their side after getting the bot side down once again. Definitely has to fear for his life in all these fights, especially without the flash that he burned in the last pick. But Anda now in a lot of trouble versus Jenkins. Jenkins just needs to move forward. He doesn't have flash, but he does have the speed boost available. Huni in the backside, though, say, nuh-uh, that's my jungle, and will take out the Jace. The hammer has been brought down as Rumble continues to push forward, and Huni, sort of the silent star of this entire match, has been pushing topside for the majority, has gotten some very crucial equalizers, and saved his jungler. So as long as he continues along this path.
Yasui with 100% KP, 5-0-2 on the mid lane. Galio running amok in that one. We'll check back in just a moment, but over to CLG against Dig, where CLG has made some ground and looking to push in on those inners.
In the summer, this is their 5-man roster that has gotten used to each other, comfortable with each other, and can now make these early game compositions actually work. Trying to make the play onto this bottom turret, but Dignitas sent 4 members down there to answer. Just trying to keep these waves pushed out, try and get that CS where they can. Phoenix still in that mid lane, still trying to CS up, and they're also putting gold onto Asta, so it seems like Dignitas are highly valuing the AP damage that their team can bring. Which means, you know, itemization from CLG needs to be taken into account as well. Fragus opting more for armor right now, has the Bramble vest, and also what seems to be a stopwatch and a Kindle gem. I'm curious what he's trying to build into with all that. I would imagine the stone plate eventually from the stopwatch, but the other two, I mean, I guess you just want the cooldown reduction. Kind of got a little bit of a garage sale going on, but honestly, you're far enough ahead, you can do it. They got the Executioner's Calling as well as the Grievous Wounds on 2 members. That will definitely help shut down Lorlo and the healing that he'll provide. And as well the Trinity Force on Wukong, just all that burst damage. I was wondering what Deus's champion pool would look like. He played Ornn the first 3 games of the split. I was like, are we in for a 4th Ornn game? Thankfully Dignitas banned it, so we do get to see Deus does in fact play other champions. He's playing the Wukong right now, and actually the great effect, I mean, has had constant push in the top lane, had the CS advantage the entire time as well, and now 3-0-2 as CLG start up the Baron. This is what happens when you starve out this vision, everybody. CLG put in the work, they did their homework ahead of time, made sure that there were no wards for Dignitas to actually approach with, and just a free Baron at 21.5 minutes into the game. How is Dignitas supposed to come back from this one? They don't have the tools right now. It's going to be a miracle catch, if that. Even Tuesday now walking around with the Banshee's Veil, so cannot catch the Orianna, cannot catch these beefy frontliners. How do you actually get onto Phil, or rather Wind, to shut down this 2-2-1 Ophelio? Stacking the crit items, but now maybe they found somebody here trying to jump in onto Tuesday, but yeah, you just can't get through the Banshee's Veil. Now over the wall goes Phoenix, trying to get something, can't even. Shuriba Shuffle just uses it to disengage. Jardok flashes away, but Wind flashes to follow up. CLG are about to take a clean sweep of a team fight. 5-0 with Baron empowered minions. This is going to be the end of the game, and this is going to be a very different CLG Academy, averaging 53-minute win in their first, 32-minute win in their second, now closing out their 3rd win of the season in under 23 minutes. CLG Academy, congratulations, you're going 3-1. Absolute.
Dig went for the fight, but CLG steamrolled to victory, putting the capper on a fantastic 2-0 week for the squad. 3-1 now stands their score at the end of week 2. We got 4 more games to get through. Let's head on over to TSM versus FlyQuest, as this one seems locked in a battle for that Dragon Soul.
That a great miasma though from Evolve. Lost is already on a killing spree. Triple has to use the Empress Divide early, as the Tempered Fate only hits Stokeler. Evolved ult whiffs as well, and Turtle's just ripping through them now. The truck room's just getting involved. Winston's still with the lamp just up, but he's going to have to flip out of here. Has to flash instead. So despite it being a 5v4, TSM don't really have much health here. TP here for Dokla, TP for Evolved, and for Lost, so if they can make these backs, they are going to go back in. I like this angle from Dokla, straight to the throat. Lamps just spiked out for Winston. They're going to try and fight for this dragon. Going to have to make it quick though. Winston is going to get low. Treat saves him over the Devour, and they need to win the back end of the fight. Instead, the drag goes over, but it is to Fnatic. But the team fight win may be in favor of TSM. They need to kill Turtle though. Lost and Evolved on top of him finally as Fnatic is going to be the next one to maybe fall but revenge. He's going back in. He's got no ulti. He's dancing around with the decoys. Going to get killed by Lost as Evolve will barely survive. And TSM, they knew what they needed to do. Dokla made a very aggressive TP. But it won them the fight. Fnatic barely was able to get that dragon. And now this could be Baron for TSM. So they'll win in the extended play. Evolve will TP back in now just to maintain tempo. And here comes Lost as well. They are going to have to take this quickly. They don't really have a tank either, as Dokla's going to scoot over the wall and take down the Blast Cone. But there should be more than enough DPS. Stokler doesn't need to tank it for long with these damage deals behind it. Oh goodness, I see a jungler. Never mind, Treats is going to bring Winston into the fray and everything's going to be A-okay. As Baron goes over to TSM Academy, up now 5,000 gold. Just chaining successful team fights here. Again, even though they didn't get the objective. Continually winning these fights, using their cooldowns intelligently.
FlyQuest prevent the Soul from going over, but they throw away 4 and a Baron to do it, so they're now on the back foot as we check in on Team Liquid versus Evil Geniuses. TL looking in a similar position to TSM, only 1 dragon to their name.
So far, it looks like Team Liquid is up about 700 gold. It's not horrendously significant for the moment, but if it ever comes to a non-significant 50-minute mark, this is where Evil Geniuses Academy really starts to fall apart. As we remember from the CLG Academy game of Week 1, a 54-minute game that just went the wrong way because of a few missed shot calls. And if this continues to happen, I really fear for Evil Geniuses Academy and Team Liquid Academy. Despite their non-scaling comp, if they can just call it out, they can do it. But here comes the 1v1. Jenkins versus Gyu. Here comes the 2v1. Galio has arrived, but Matt and definitely on the backside means Gyu's in a lot more trouble than he originally bargained for. Teleport from Hootie. Great coming in as well. Corrupting Chains does land Gyu extremely low, but Yusui is shut down by side of Evil Geniuses Academy. Jenkins going to be going very low. Grig now the focus, and are going to be going in, and that's going to be Hootie getting the kill ultimately on the Grig. You heard me say ultimately. I heard it too. As Evil Geniuses Academy do move on to the mid side, might even look for the Baron considering the jungle is down. Yusui is dead as well. He has teleport, so if this fight breaks out, it's going to be bad. But Gyu, caught in a bad position, might just be caught out by Team Liquid Academy. This is the pick they were looking for. Hook goes wide, but that's okay. Ricard still has the damage to take care of this. Aphelios does get the kill, and Aurelia goes down. So the Baron call has been started by Evil Geniuses Academy, but they did lose their mid lane, so maybe this is a lot riskier than they need it to be. At the same time, it's down to 3,000. There's no contest. Jenkins might be able to land a shock blast, but there's the shield to block any attempt. There's the Baron for Evil Geniuses Academy. Now Team Liquid has to think about what they can do from this position. They tried the engage last time. They tried to go on the Yu in the 1v1 that turned into a 5v5. But it didn't turn out well for them. They're instead going to push on the mid, get that turret basically for free. I guess it's for the Baron trade, but can you really call that a trade at that point? And that's really going to open up the map for them. Maybe Gray can get the positioning that he's been looking for. He doesn't quite have the finished item yet. He's looking to finish the Death's Dance for the moment, but still short a little bit of gold. I feel like once he has that, he'll be able to move in a little bit faster, but for the moment is in fact locked away and wondering what he can do to bring this game back. You're looking at Ricard. He's in the mid side, might get doped by this 3-man squad coming in from Evil Geniuses Academy. They're starting out a 4-1, Gyu on the bot side. I feel like this has been their go-to the entirety of the game. And they're sticking to their plan, which I got to imagine is a lot of the coach just coming in, saying these guys have Really needed to work on the shot calling, really needed a strategy early on, and now that this is forming, I feel like this is where Evil Genius's Academy really starts to become a scary threat as a team. As we do see them pushing onto the mid side, will manage to pick up a tier 2 turret. That's going to help a lot in pushing down the end of the game. As we do see Yu on the bot side, Huni as well rotating over with Anda. We'll be able to get this turret as well, so that's 2 turrets picked up with this Baron. Definitely the right calls coming in, and Team Liquid Academy lost for what they can do at this point. They have to give up the outer turrets. They need to keep holding on to the base turrets. If the base gets broken open at this point, this is going to be a very bad time for the red side. But you can see, trying to pick off a little bit of damage and maybe even get a hook is Yama, who on this Thresh hasn't been particularly impressive. The hooks that have landed have been pretty straightforward. Not a lot of fooling ones, but here comes the engage coming in. Gravitum ult does lock up Braum. Matt in a lot of trouble, but the equalizer is very large on that side. Great gonna be going down to the fight. Yusui now in the crosshairs, will go down himself. 2 for O trade so far for Evil Genius's Academy. They're gonna be moving on to Jenkins. Might even look to go even harder on the base. See that bot wave pushing in, but instead they decide to peel off to the Dragon. This is for Soul once again, and with no jungler, no mid, a situation that Team Liquid unfortunately has found themselves in.
TL wanted to punish on the back end of that Baron push, but EG was all too ready for it as they moved to pick up Soul as their reward over to Cloud9 versus Golden Guardians. Cloud9 now setting up around the Baron, looking for their stab at a win this split.
Ultimate here now. Blaze Olive also has Shockwave. Not a good place to be in that Baron pit if you're going to get hit by it. Palafox with the flank. Oh my god, Cloud9 has literally just routed Golden Guardians in their face to take Baron. They were there the whole time. They couldn't move it. Enough time for their ultimates to come back up, and Golden Guardian says, we'll have to give it. Priority in mid could be had here with the wave, but I think Cloud9's going to make it back in time, stopping top lane being taken down as well. And they have just given the grand shuffle to Golden Guardians on that Baron take. This is exactly what I'm talking about for Cloud9's game. We don't see them losing by this tremendous amount, right? The early game, there were some faults. The mid game, a few faults. The fights have been going even, but at that point, Golden Guardians has a higher score, so the KDA is 7-4, 11-8, right? As it goes up, Golden Guardians always have that higher score, but the big impact plays mid-game come from the positioning, the Baron plays, the vision Cloud9 has been setting up, and the reason we saw them as the Spring Split champions. It just seems like this season, there is still something that plagues them after this point. Finding the way into the next fight. You know, they move their wards forward, they're doing it textbook, and you know, they're not going to make a huge mistake, but maybe it's the good fight that Golden Guardians finds. That's what's been happening to them. So a good fight already by Cloud9, but they have Chime. That's the only one. Maybe they didn't want that ultimate to happen that way as a Nori. A big hit. Another Shockwave missed, however, and that is the go button for Cloud9. Oh, Blaze Olive not feeling good about pressing all right now as Palafox goes down, but so does Keith. Cloud9 pushing forward here. Another grab. Great one by Diamond there as they find a Blaze Olive. He's going to come out of the stopwatch, but Tomo taking quite a bit of damage, and Cloud9 still looking to scrape together another kill as their health bars go up just a little bit with their utility. Tomo's healing. The oranges coming in from Fudge as they can continue to pressure. The back now coming in from one. That's going to be Chime trying to home guard back into the fight as the middle turret for Golden Guardians trying to be protected. Diamond wants under the turret, and they are not going to get the fight that they want for the second time. So again, inching forward, but they have bearing. There should be turrets being grabbed off of this. I got to give a credit to Golden Guardians there for a good hold, and Cloud9 for stepping in.
C9 trying their damnedest with that Baron buff to get some advantages, but Golden Guardians playing it smart and staving off the pressure. TSM, though, in very advantageous position with the Soul, starting the fight in the mid lane, looking for the end.
Once there, as Revenge again in lands despite ulting, it just feels so frustrating for this Wukong. Between the Cassio Miasma and the Kindred ulti, there's just not much it feels like he can do. Fnatic exhausted, but he'll get out. Bless up Face Rush, I think, for making sure he can get away there. But lost his work in the top side. He TP'd back in. His treats with a mate as Dokle is going to come in beside him. TSM just going to burst through the base. In fact, they're going straight for the kill here. 25 seconds for triple. 5v4 still for a while, but TSM have more than enough gold, more than enough items to just force here. Fnatic just getting blasted down by this Cassio second Nexus turret is halfway dead, or they ran out of minions. Backdoor protection kicking in means that TSM are only going to get a second inhibitor open. They will not take it, however. But they'll fall back to Baron. Big, and the rest of FlyQuest are probably going to make a play here, so TSM are going to read it. And counter-engage once again. Fnatic in a face tech, Evolve. See you later. Trundle just melts to the poison of the snake. And triple in again. He tries to get the pushback on a Winston. That's a good kill. No ulti there for Kindred, but Dokla forcing Wild Turtle just kite recklessly away. Ooh, what a good devour there for Treats. Evolve's got a triple kill. Excuse me? On track for the Penta, never mind. Big's dead. Evolve's just ignoring it. He wants the Nexus. Big is going to die to loss. He's godlike with his 7th kill. In fact, both carries pick up 7 here. A combined 14 of the 16 kills between Evolved and Lost, as TSM Academy have played quite the bounce-back game since yesterday. So they'll take the last Nexus turret. They'll do a little victory lap around the Nexus. And perhaps they'll dive Turtle in the fountain, but I think they'll settle for victory instead. Turtle is going to do everything he can to at least pad the KDA, but the Nexus is done, and TSM Academy will pick up the W.
The story of that game is told by the scorelines of the carries. 7 kills for each, the mid laner and the AD carry, but Golden Guardians and C9 still locked in battle. The kill comes through. We'll see what C9 can make of it.
You're expecting to get poked out. That's what I've been saying. They need to just poke. They need to do this. But that time they pulled the trigger. Palafox was almost in hammer form immediately, and the cannon barrage was beautiful coming in from Fudge. We saw a lot of awesome play from him at the end of the season. He still delivers here at the beginning of the summer split. And it almost becomes a tied-up game on those kills and a 2K gold lead. Now, as that is going to be sole point for Cloud9. What a fight. And this is exactly where they show strength. Solidify the early game, and again, you have your champions back on par. Right? I think that's what they're missing overall. We talked about the faults late game that happened for them. It can happen to any team. We just see them losing a lot more ground than they ever would this season in the early game than they did in spring. Whoop! Just missed outside the range, but isn't going to matter. Diamond's still going to be going down here. Wait, Tomo flash forward? They're only going to fight with 2. But can they take this? The cannon barrage is coming down. They're going to lose Tomo, but here comes the shield from Saracen Brace. He tries to keep himself alive. Now it's going to be Fudge delivering the damage. Parlay is not going to work this time as they just shut him up. Palafox now trying to head for the hills as Inori may be taken down. And again, that's the other side of the story. Cloud9 going in, overzealous in the end game. A fault there that plagues them after the big plays, and now it's going to be Golden Guardians getting Baron. It has been written, and the story has been retold. You know, they say history repeats itself. It's not a lie. Oh my word. Golden Guardians now not a whole lot of damage on this Baron. Zion Spartan is doing his damnedest. Blue buff is just grabbed by a Blaze Olive, but you still don't have a lot there. So, Cloud9, by the graces of no damage, being alive for Golden Guardians. This is huge for objective taking here that they don't have Aphelios. Palafox is going to come in. They're realizing it now. Cloud9's going to try to make a second move and go for broke on this as they now get Diamond into the fight. 1,800 left on Baron. Zion Spartan's whacking away as they take down Inori, so there's no smite. China's about to go down. Cannon Barrage is up again. Who's he paying for this cooldown? Amazing stuff coming from Fudge. He is just playing his heart out right now as the ults come up. He's using it and calling for the shots. Keith now and Hard trying to escape on this one. Cloud9 back in the driver's seat. You cannot make this up. This is a zany one coming in as Golden Guardians get another kill. But wait, Keith's here. He's starting to deliver out with Sever and keep him alive. He doesn't have it up. It's going to be in front of him and Calibrum, and he goes down. Tomo now spitting out the damage. Will they have enough as he tries to turn out the smoke to get vision of Hard? They're on to Zion Spartan, and that Rylai's is going to keep him in range. Blue buff is there. Cooldown's there as he keeps sinking his fangs in. A lot of HP for Zion Spartan. I think he's going to be able to stay alive in this one with a quick flash as he does in a back and forth. Just as the story flips, beep, turn the page again, choose your own adventure if you want to go to page 30.
Both teams fighting tooth and nail for this one. C9 with the Soul and the other with the Baron. We'll come back to see how that one closes as 100 Thieves looks to do exactly that here against Immortals.
Still going to be able to get his job done there for 100 Thieves, but it's Poom versus, it's like No, not versus the world. It's Apollo versus the world. And we will have to see how this, if this kind of like works out, because now the rest of his team has kind of become a non-threat. And Apollo, sure, he has a Death Stance Phantom Dancer to really stay alive for a while. He is going to be building that Executioner's Calling to make sure, the healing from 100 Thieves isn't really that big of a factor. But, like, once again, 100 Thieves right now, this is their game to win. Immortals, they're making a push, but 3 Hammers are down. None of their Nexus turrets are down, though, so that's a plus, but still. They're still looking for ways to get more farm. 100 Thieves, maybe, looking to challenge. They're challenging both the base here for Immortals and this Elder Dragon. 3-man strong right now, going to be taking on this Elder Drake here. And 100 Thieves, they're going to go ahead and continue playing that 1-3-1 pressure man. This is really well done by 100 Thieves, being able to choke down Immortals right now. They're scrambled. They're looking for a way to go. But meanwhile, look at the base here for Immortals. It's like so many super beams are there. Alarm is sad. He can't really defend against the Fake God. It's Ligo. The power duel here. The strong side of the map. Wait, this game could just be over without any last team fight. This is looking like a disaster. So Ligo is looking to put the finishing touches. The rest of the Immortals, they're confused. And that's going to be it here for 100 Thieves. They take the win.
100 Thieves cosplaying as completionists there. All 3 inhibs, all the turrets, the Elder, the Dragons, the Baron, and all. And they'll get the victory there. One more game left to be decided here with Cloud9 versus Golden Guardians still going at it.
Nobody's taking any chances right now in this game. C9 wants their first win of the split. Golden Guardians, like I said, tied for first with the rest of 6. And a few others. After that, there's 8th, and then C9 alone. A loneroo, all in 10th. The Lone Rangers right now. There's no silver lining to this cloud for C9 Academy. The winds start coming in. We will start to see the clouds a little bit clearer. Oh, we're hearing the conversions come out, as well as some Knight's Vows, maybe? Was that a Knight's Vow? Just his Zeke's conversions. Oh, he does have a Knight's Vow, actually. Zion Spartan got it. That's what it was. It was on cooldown, so I couldn't exactly see it right away. Yeah, really just trying to support each other now. Buy items, synergize what happens between your abilities. Don't overlap your crowd control. Death's Dance for Aphelios. Holy smacks. Fudge coming in with a giant barrel slap, and that's going to be big. They smell blood in the water now. Cannon Barrage is going to be up. He's still trying to get a few more barrels. A nice shot coming in from Palafox as he gets a shock blast through. Elder Dragon is going to be the name of the game. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Oh my gosh, Chime. Really nothing as Zenith played through there, but he was trying to get out of his situation. Knowing Chime is low, they're going to try to pressure Zion Spartan and do a mistake. And that's all this is pressuring them to do a move. Palafox trying to deliver from the outside, and they do have good damage onto Chime, but look at the regen he's got going on. Almost up to half HP already if they can just wait a little bit longer. Nice smoke grab on the Banshee's Veil there, coming in from hard on Graves. Wards are being denied in the pit by that pink ward, but everybody has vision of the Elder right now flying just outside the pit. Palafox having to back off. Oh my god, it's going to be them going in. Chime wants the Zenith blade that starts the fight, but they could lose him right away as the stopwatch goes off. Hard in the Blaze Olive getting hit a little bit, so they can't get in, and Chime's going to dive the poison of Tomo. The Anchor Toss just misses, so now it's a 5v4, and Golden Guardian has been fighting well, even down in numbers. A Blaze Olive with a perfect shield to stop that shock blast from ringing true on his HP. This is Elder Drake. Will give a team enough to finally push through into the base. We are thinking this game has been such a back and forth, and Palafox now able to initiate to get in. It's going to be taken by Fudge. No, Fudge takes one. That's going to be taken by a Nori as the kill for a champion comes up before Elder. That's a Nori's. He gets it. A huge play, and Hard had to go for broke there. 13-13. There's not much you could do, and you have to say this is it. If they cannot make it in with Elder, then there is definitely something else that needs to be done for C9 to start getting wins this split. Coming up on that 45-minute mark in just 3. Will they be able to take that down? Fudge trying to clean up the backside here and bring up the bottom lane, because it looks like Cloud9 knows this isn't going to happen in one fell swoop. This is going to take time, and it actually actually won't even be an inhibitor off this first wave. It's going to be a Baron attempt. A Blaze Olive ultimate almost up. Keith almost with that Moonlight Vigil up. And we are going to see them now going over to that Baron pit. Starting it up right away. A little bit more damage here from the Cloud9 side as they're able to get Tomo just destroying and shredding it. It does not look like it's going to be an attempt, and the fate of Golden Guardians may be sealed, and Cloud9 are that much closer to their first victory here in the summer split of 2020. The game is tied up in kills with a 3K gold lead, 4K gold lead, honestly, in favor of Cloud9. They were up 2K before, squandered away in a fight where they just got overzealous. Here, playing a bit more methodical and putting a method to their madness of flashing forward, getting themselves into a fight when they don't have all members, and really bringing themselves in and out when they're too low, getting back in when they're healed up. What a game here for week 2. I could not wait to see the rest of this split. And I don't want to see it too fast, right? It's like you get finished with a series and you're like, man, I wish I could just watch it again and be a part of that experience. Well, I feel like this season is going to be that. 6 teams currently tied for first as we get a good back and forth to start out the summer split here. Cloud9, your reigning champs, trying to get a victory. Highly unlikely thought from many coming into this split, but it's true. And we're seeing it right here. But we're also seeing why they were on top. Glimpses of those championship times of just last split. I say it like Pepperidge Farm remembers. And good damage from these cannon minions just railing on the turret with the rest of the team. Here's that method to the madness they were putting together, getting more waves up. Bot lane is also in a position with the map objective free for what is 3 minutes and 4 minutes and 20 seconds for Baron. And we will see this bot wave almost getting there in time for help. Blaze Olive's able to clear top. Not too hard for him there. An engage onto Zion Spartan, but he is quite tanky. The tankiest, if you will, on the team. And they finally push through. Inhibitor turret 1 down. Inhibitor turret 2 down to 50%. Spartan's doing some good work top. His Guardian Angel is up, so he's able to take a pretty weird path to get back to that minion wave and pull it through. Crescendum's up here. What does Golden Guardians do as they try to save their base? A game that they were really in the lead for most of the time. They want to go back on a Zion Spartan. He's all healed up. Diamond forced over the wall. Here comes the ulti from Zion. That's a lot of damage onto Diamond as they want to get over the wall again. Zenith brings Chime through the base gate. I don't think they want this. Palafox! Hammer form immediately and almost takes down hard. The burn's going to come through, and they are able to get it with the kill from Inori. No, Palafox actually finishes it out for himself. Cloud9 looking to put a win in that left column finally as they just keep pulling the trigger, finding the fights late game, and doing it together. They're all on the same page here. I think we're into like chapter 15 on this one, if you will. I didn't even look. That's the amount of kills. Let's go. It's just working for them. And they're probably about to sign off on this one. Your authors, your illustrators, and your winners. Finally, the reigning champs from Summer Split, Cloud9 Academy, are able to find the win.
The Guardians made him work for it, but Cloud9 will come out on top and find their first victory of the split. Close out week 2, only one game left to be decided, and that's Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid. Evil Geniuses find themselves in solid position with the Dragon Soul in their possession.
Academy, but the fact that he's Galio means that he has to wait. He has to be the secondary engage. He needs to not be the first person into these fights, because if he is, they're really wasting a lot of the Galio potential. Unless he gets a great engage, in which case all that's out the window and Riccara can just deal damage until the enemy's health bars go to 0. Both sides decide to back off. Again, the waiting game for Evil Geniuses Academy as the Baron is spawning up. Not a lot going to happen for the moment. So let's think about what everyone can do. It's looking like Riccara can just try to live. It's been a bit of a struggle. Let's take a look at the gold for the moment. Definitely is ahead by about 1,500 gold against his laning opponent in Riccara. The main difference, as you would expect, but we also have to look at the jungle. We saw Grig get an early advantage, but Anda also picking up his own advantage after a little while. Able to get a little bit of gold, able to have about 2,000 over his lane opponent, and the entirety of those two differences between AD carry and jungle contributes to the difference in the total of about 5,000. Rikara lands the Graviton mold onto Deftly, but nice ult from Huni. These equalizers are sick. And there's the death, there's the second death, the third death, triple kill for Huni. As Jenkins tries to come into the backside, Yusui, though, the focus right now will give the Quadra to Huni. And Jenkins, the last member left alive, might just go down for the pentakill. Will it happen? Jenkins going very low. You trying to move forward, not landing the stun, doesn't quite pick up the 5th kill, but that's 4 members down. That's the team, and that's the game. Evil Geniuses, it looked like they were playing the waiting game, but surprise, it's the win. They push onto the Nexus turrets. This is going to be the end. They might go for the pentakill for Huni, but I imagine with the Nexus falling, this is the game. Evil Geniuses take it over. Nope, they go for the dive, and that's going to be Jenkins getting one back, but the game is over. And with that, no pentakill.
No better way to end the day than a Quadra and the win for Huni and Evil Geniuses as they all friendly team into the fountain to celebrate there at the end of it. But I'm happy to report that with Cloud9's victory earlier in the day, no Academy team remains winless here at the end of Week 2. It's making up for a very competitive Academy split. That is going to do it, though, for today on Academy Rush. A reminder that if you want to catch any of the full game VODs, check out those individual streams of all the different teams. Now drop these amazing casters a follow. First up, at Cage in the Rage. Next up, at Caster XT and at Kangas Cass. You know Riv and Pastry, but feel free to send them some love or just a hey on Twitter, and stick around because Friday Night League is coming up soon. I'll see you there in the audience.